Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. We're all excited to share a story about breaking barriers and empowerment through the lens of an improbable group of young women who defy the odds by turning their dreams into reality. But please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Vincent Bell, and I serve as a member of our Board of Education here in Temple City Unified. And also with us is our vaunted, amazing Temple City High School principal that's hiding from me, Miss Elena Lee. Please give her a hand. And, along with members from the entire team here at RX2, we welcome you as we look forward to taking you on this journey of grit, self-discovery, and ultimately triumph. But first, let's begin with the origin of Racer X Squared, or RX2 as I prefer to call the team. So 2 summers ago, while I was attending the high school solar car races in Texas in support of our existing solar car team, Heliotech, I finally noticed this gender majority, as I call it, with most of the competitors there. And it really hadn't caught my attention before because, our teams have always been very fairly balanced between boys and girls. So this light bulb went off in my head, and I had Mr. Steve Lamb here next to me, and I asked him, so, what if? And so we got together here with Mr. Ta, and I did a sanity check with them, and I'm very bad at dad jokes, but clearly none of us were sane at that time because we said, that's a great idea, let's do it. So here we are with this amazing team. So this team was originally put together as a racing club, and their goal was to build and race an electric solar-powered vehicle. And as time went on, this team became a lot more than that. And for those of you that have own or have seen their iconic T-shirt, or in the back, and I think we have some people here present that will show you, and their mission statement, or Women in STEM Drive the Future. Not only did it set the tone for their season, but it also defined the beginning of a movement. There's also a little bit of a hidden meaning, kind of a fun thing with their team name, and we'll tell you about that later. But for now, I would like to invite the team's 2 lead advisors, Mr. Steve Lamb and Mr. Tom Ta, to share their insights during the design, construction phase of the project, and more importantly, speak to the hurdles the team had to overcome during competition. And following the conclusion of our presentation, we welcome everyone to remain for an up-close guided tour of their battle-tested race car. So without further ado, Mr. Steve Lamb.
Thank you, Vincent. My name is Steve Lamb. First, I would like to thank everyone for coming today to celebrate the success of our RX2 team. It really took a village to pull this off, and I have many people to thank. First is my wife, Angela, for always taking care of things at home and on the back end when I was busy with the team for many months. There were so many weekends where we didn't see each other, but you always understood RX2 was life. Second, our amazing TC school district. Mr. Vincent Bell sitting to my left. This is not the only team he's running. He's running Science Olympiad, the drone team, there's a submarine team. There's a lot of things that he has to do, so a lot of people don't realize that. So also, Dr. Art Kuna, he's our superintendent, he's not here today. He allowed us to run a project like this. Miss Elena Lee, our principal, she's here today. And our school board. They pretty much support all the projects that Mr. Bell has brought to the table. There's so many components needed for allow this program to thrive. We all heard about how good this district was back in the early 2000s when my wife and I were looking for a city to live in. So as soon as we were about to get married and engaged, we already had a home here, so we were ready to be involved in this school district, and here we are. I want to thank my daughter Alexis and her team for allowing me to be one of your advisors. You're an amazing group, and I'll never forget this whole experience. Opportunities like this, I fully realize, are not available to everyone. When I was a college student many years ago, I was involved in student competitions similar to Solar Car, so I understood the value. We never had this in high school though. These young ladies really have a jump start on the real world experience on building a competitive vehicle, racing the vehicle, and everything in between. Fundraising, neighborhood outreach, project management, and friendships gained. We thank you, all you sponsors, that you're here because we have contributed to the team. They opened up some amazing doors for them. From concept and design, the hands-on work, the communication, working with local industry to get their car together. I'd like to thank some of the sponsors and contributors that are here, and some of them weren't able to make it. My longtime friend Long, he's here today. We've been friends since high school, and you've helped us 3D scan the car. So if you look on the table there, there's a model car, and he has this cool device that helped us get the shape of the vehicle. It helped the girls to build the mold. When the girls were developing the mold for their body, my friend Carlos, he's not here today, but he owns a body shop. He helped us show us how to sand and to build the car mold so it would come out smoother and for them to build it a lot faster. But that still took some time because it was their first time doing it. My friend Kit, he's here today. If you see the photos along the side right there, the night before we finished the car to leave for competition, he was with us at 2 a.m. to take those photos of the car before it left for Texas. So thanks for being there that evening. Nick, I don't think he's here today, but he donated the front suspension and the steering system. Jameson, you're here today. You raise your hand. Yeah, thanks for helping us with the welding work. You know, we were getting in a crunch and we really needed some extra hands, so his advice and his expertise really helped us out. Thanks for being here today. Rich, sitting right next to Jameson. Can you raise your hand, Rich? Thanks, Rich, so much for your engineering advice and your consultation and opening up your shop for us to help us make our parts. Like that type of help, like we couldn't get anywhere, and you really just kind of gave all your time to us, and can't thank you enough for that. Aaron, you're not here today either, but he drove to Texas with us, and he was like our support guy. He went to go get the ice, the coffee of the team, the snacks and refreshments. Every morning you were there for us, and also every evening you were there for us to help us clean up for the day and get the car ready for the next day. I'm going to talk a little bit about the cross-country race this year. If I had one word to compare to previous years at Texas Motor Speedway, I would say it was pretty grueling. Because it was a road race out on public roads, the scrutineering was a lot harder than the 2 previous years. The judges raised the bar and they were much stricter. After running the race, we can understand why. After we got through day 3 of scrutineering, we passed all 8 stations. We used up all the time available. I guess you can say we got our money's worth of the track and the pit usage. There was little time to enjoy the Texas barbecue. So as soon as the race started, we saw all sorts of things go on. One school crashed on the first turn. Good thing they were okay. We experienced mechanical and some electrical gremlins, but somehow we got through every day. The girls banded together and always repaired the car. We were back on the road. At the end of day 3 of racing, Alexis, my daughter, and her team, I think they had some concerns and worries because many things we were experiencing with the car we didn't expect. I pulled her aside and I gave her a pep talk and told her, you know what, this might be our last day of racing, but that evening we would try to work together to try to fix the car and do whatever we could to keep racing. So we started day 4. We ran actually pretty good that day. So whatever we worked together that evening, it worked. Day 5 of the race, we were 6 miles down. So there was a team that was actually ahead of us. But we kind of just put in a really hard day that day. We almost ran out of battery power, and we did towards the end. But at that day, we ended up driving more miles than our competitor did. Let's see, get my place here. And the team that we surpassed, they've been racing for 10 years. So that says a lot about the quality of the car that they built and designed and worked on. And it wasn't just that, it was just the sheer perseverance of the race, of not giving up and working through the heat. Even at our Airbnb, we would work on the car in the garage in the evening. And it was tough after a long day. So please join me in congratulating these young ladies and Temple City High School. Now I hand the mic to our other dadvisor, Mr. Tom Taw. We've actually known each other for quite a while, even before this, and we didn't think we were going to be sitting next to each other here. We used to do business together, and we used to buy parts from his family business. So we've been working together for a long time, and suddenly we're here working on the same project. Here's Mr. Tom Tom.
Thanks, Steve. Good afternoon, everyone. First, I want to thank all the family and all the sponsors for being here, for supporting RX2. My name is Tom, and I'm one of the dad advisors. My daughter is the dark one over there smiling. You can raise your hand, Isabella. When my daughter joined, I was asked by Mr. Bell if I can help, and I saw an opportunity to bond with my daughter and over the two things I like the most, cars and electronics. So it was kind of like hand in hand. We could talk about the materials and all the equipment and all the stuff like that, but the best way to explain the impact of everyone's support is to tell you what I saw while being an advisor. I watched these students, they start with an idea and they slowly turned it into a real car. Throughout the process, they learned something that anyone who builds things eventually learns. Engineering rarely works the first time and sometimes doesn't work the second time or the third, and that's a part of engineering. They designed things that didn't work, they built things that had to be rebuilt, and they encountered problems that they never anticipated. But somehow, no matter how difficult the problem was, they always seemed to always have time for boba. Lots of boba. And it became a daily ritual. And looking back, those little moments, they mattered. They weren't just building a car together, they were spending time and becoming a team. During the last few weeks before heading to Texas, the girls were at it every day, 14 to 15 hours, and sometimes even more. Then they got to Texas, and after a little bit of ore farming, they call it, they quickly learned that building the car was only the first part of the test. They had to stand in front of the inspectors, answer their questions, fix and make adjustments, and demonstrate that they really understood the car. And they did it with like 15 minutes to spare. During the race, some of the students were battling illnesses, others struggled with the Texas heat. I saw some tears, sweat, blood, and dark circles under their eyes. I saw the sadness and frustration when things didn't go right. There were moments they genuinely thought they couldn't win. Low-key, I had my doubts sometimes too, but they kept going. They went back to work, they diagnosed the problems, they made repairs, they covered for each other. Every morning we fixed yesterday's problem and introduced us to today's problem, and which eventually they put Alma back on the road. Ultimately, the girls brought the car across the finish line and they won their class, and we're very proud of that achievement. From where I stand, the trophy and the Bucky souvenirs weren't the most valuable thing they brought home. They came home knowing that they could take on something difficult, they learned how to work as a team, how to communicate, and they learned resilience. Those lessons will stay with them regardless of who they become one day. So when you see the team, I hope you guys don't see a solo car that you guys just help support. I hope you guys see that the students that you help develop and the incoming students that they will learn from, you'll see the contributions and not just the tools and the materials that they used. You gave them an opportunity to find out who they're capable of. You gave them a stepping stone to a successful future. And again, thank you for supporting RX2, and thank you for investing in the students and this experience that you've made possible. Thank you.
Okay. Hi everyone. I guess I'll start with the student leads. My name is Alexis, and I'm the captain as well as mechanical and composites lead of RX2. So I guess I first want to thank everyone here who has contributed to the team in some way, and everyone who is not here as well. Your generous donation of either funds, materials, or services is greatly appreciated by myself and the entire team. This whole project, from the car to the actual team, has kind of been my pride and joy for the last year. It's kind of corny to say, but it's true, and I hope all of my team members feel some sort of pride when they see their work. From initially scanning the car and dimensioning it in SolidWorks to holding the first place trophy, this whole experience is still so surreal. Before high school on the solar car, I didn't know a thing about cars. I didn't even particularly care for math or science, but these past 3 years, I've learned to enjoy both those subjects, especially outside of school. As a senior, I can confidently say that this program has allowed me to develop and mature in ways that I didn't even think possible when I first joined the solar car team. The responsibility of not falling more than 4 months behind is very serious, and Aside from that, I've learned project and team management, furthered my understanding of mechanical systems, and have subjected my entire team to the joy of composites. The technical knowledge I've accumulated over this past year is truly priceless, and I'm glad I've been able to share these learning experiences with other high school girls who otherwise may not have had these experiences. Most importantly, I've made so many memories with this team. I joked one time that if we had any more team bonding, we were all going to fuse into one person. But this is really how I feel. This team will always have a special place in my heart, which is why I'm so determined to keep it going next year. This past summer is one that I think most of these girls will never forget. Personally, I will never forget watching or catching Winter asleep underneath the car after she finished wiring, or Isabella knocked out on the trailer floor after working on the solar panels. The team worked so hard to get here and get this car done, and I hope they learned at least a thing or two after spending well over 12 hours in Mr. Bell's garage. Thank you, Mr. Bell. Again, thank you to everyone, from the advisors to the team to our sponsors. This truly wouldn't have been possible without you guys. And I'll pass the mic to Winter.
Hi everyone, this is Winter, and I am one of the electrical lead here at RX2. I want to say thank you again for being there from the start to when I'm across the finish line. For the days following up the race, it's stressful yet very fulfilling. The amount of hands-on work my teammates and I get to do is beyond what we imagined. We got to do a ton of strapping wires, breathing like toxic fumes, aka soldering, and we accidentally overheat some of the components, so that's fun. We also get to exercise our muscles, aka crimping the wires. So yeah. And besides the hands-on work, we also get valuable troubleshooting skills that's essential in any unexpected scenarios. And this really helped us to win at the race. Along with the skills that we gain, I also want to say thank you for helping us discover that the workshop, concrete floor, is the best mattresses in the world. Because according to experiences, I can tell you that nothing is more satisfying than taking a good nap after a long workshop day. I rate it 100 out of 10, and I would do it again every time. But seeing Emma the first time light up to running on the road makes it all the special and worth it. Being on the team also gives us the chance to broaden our worldview and experience and learn things that I would never have the chance and able to sort of. RX2 all added a little flavor into our lives and make it all the way a little bit sweeter. But none of these will happen without the foundation that you guys help us build. Your support doesn't just give us the right tools or money, it also gives us the confidence, responsibility, and resilience that we need. And all of this, I believe, are the core values to be the best version of RX2 and to be ourselves and inspiration for others. Thank you. And I'll hand the mic to Isabella.
Hello? Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Isabella, and I'm one of the electrical leads on RX2. When I first joined RX2, I knew I wanted to be on the technical or specifically electrical side of the car, but I didn't realize how much this would actually become a part of my life. I spent countless hours at the workshop, learned way more about wiring and troubleshooting than I probably expected to, and I got to build something alongside my friends. There were a lot of days leading up to the Texas. We were at Mr. Bell's garage almost every day. It eventually felt like a second home. Between working on the car, making jokes, taking naps in the craziest spots, and taking breaks for food or other side quests, we became a lot closer as a team. Of course, not everything was fun. There were plenty of times when something didn't work and we had absolutely no idea why. We'd test something, change something, take it apart, and put it back together, and sometimes we would end up right back where we started. But that's probably one of the biggest things that RX2 has taught me. Engineering isn't always about perfection or getting everything right the first time, but about being willing to figure things out. After months of building, testing, and fixing, we were finally ready to take Alma to Texas. And after spending so much time working on the car, it was unreal to see her drive on the road and see everything come together. However, being an electrical lead in Texas was a lot more responsibility than I expected. There were definitely a lot of stressful moments, but my teammates and advisors pushed me to become more confident in my skills and learned how to work through problems instead of getting overwhelmed by them. There were days where we spent multiple hours on one problem that ended up having the simplest solution. It made everyone on the team stressed and frustrated, and the Texas heat did not help us at all. I remember towards the end of scrutineering, we were doubting ourselves, but every single time something happened, our team came together and overcame it. Once we finally passed scrutineering, we could focus on the race, and the race definitely had its own challenges. Every day we had to be ready for something to go wrong. Sometimes it was mechanical, sometimes it was electrical, and sometimes it was just something that we never expected. But no matter how many times we had to trailer or untrailer, we kept putting Alma back on the road and kept moving forward. I remember on the last day, I was scared that we were going to lose or not even finish the race at all. But I told my teammates that no matter what the results were, I had so much fun building this car, and I wouldn't have done it with anyone else because they've become such special people in my life. Looking back on the race, I don't think winning is the only thing that I'm proud of. I'm proud of how much we grew as a team, how confident I've become working in electrical systems, and I'm proud that we were able to take something that started as an idea and turn it into a car that made it drive across Texas, which is crazy. And of course, having my dad as one of our advisors made the whole experience a little more special. I got to bond with him, learn from him, and work alongside him throughout the season. This is something that I'll definitely look back on after I graduate, and I also know that RX2 has influenced what I want to do in the future. Before this, I was unsure about majoring in engineering, but after this unforgettable experience, I realized that engineering is something that I enjoy and I do want to study in college, and being able to work on a real vehicle and solve real problems with my teammates has helped me understand what engineering can actually look like. So from me and everyone on RX2, thank you for believing in us and supporting us throughout this entire journey. And thank you for giving us the opportunity to build Alma, race her across Texas, and create memories that will carry with us for a very long time. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Sorry. Hi everyone. My name is Julie, and I'm the operations lead for RX2. So I think I can offer a little bit of a different perspective on this team. Especially as a first-year team, it was definitely a lot harder for us to present our mission and our purpose and our team to outside sources, which is totally understandable because we didn't really have any proof or a tangible card to show these people that we would actually achieve what we set out to do. So I think even with that drawback, though, we were still able to power through based off of pure determination and our community consistently showing up for us. I felt like every time we hit a little bit of a bump, the advisors all knew someone who maybe knew someone who could come and help us out, and those people, especially you guys, we were all extremely willing and genuinely happy to help. While I think I gained a lot of real-world business skills and applications through this team, I think the most important lesson that I learned was the benefit of having community. Even during Texas, there were teams from all over the country. There were people from Oregon, Texas, New York, Florida, and each of us were technically still competing against each other. We had spent the entire year, or maybe even two, depending on the car, building this project to ultimately bring home a trophy. Despite this, I've never seen such a wonderful display of good sportsmanship. Most of us didn't even know each other. We have maybe seen a couple pictures on Instagram, but we were all complete strangers, essentially. However, when we started talking, it was so easy for us to start becoming friends because everyone had bonded over the fact that we were on a high school solar car team. Everyone was so excited to see what other people built and how they decided to build their own cars. So during scrutineering, I could see so many different teams in one garage, either seeing if maybe one team had an extra part or an extra hand to lend. The air in the garage just had a very big sense of eagerness to help. We all wanted each other to race. Even during the race, under the extremely stressful conditions, everyone still waved to each other whenever we saw each other on the road. And we also found so much joy in the daily tasks from winning a stupid little purple vest. Overall, I'm overjoyed that we were able to secure the win. Going to the competition in itself was such a valuable experience, and looking back, even knowing now how hot Texas is, I would definitely, without a doubt, go back. I'm extremely excited to continue our journey next year, and most importantly, grow our community even more. Thank you so much for listening to all our experiences. From the bottom of my heart, I'm so extremely grateful for everyone being here today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. If not, we have our car outside and also some refreshments so you guys can come and see our car that actually won first place. So yeah.
Thank you again for joining us, and hearing everyone speak here is truly inspiring, and it actually is a testament to who and what we are here in Temple City and how we support our community. We do a lot for very little. We're extremely proud of the fact that we're a very scrappy community. I can't be prouder of that. And so it's inspiring to hear everyone. So thank you for being here. And again, as Julie mentioned, let's have some candid conversations about different parts of this build, all the things that went right, but more interestingly, the things that went wrong. And there's some refreshment. So thank you for joining us.
you.